Wait, aren't you gonna say the thing?
What?
You know, Avengers assemble.
Yeah, we don't really say that.
Just be cool, okay? Got it.
We are here for another game review. This time, we're going to talk about the 5 good things and 5 bad things that I found in Marvel's Avengers. Be aware guys, this video might contain spoilers. Marvel's Avengers has been developed by Crystal Dynamics and was published by Square Enix. The game has a main story and also some DLCs. The player can play alone or with friends. The main story firstly introduces us to Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. When she was a child, she was exposed to a material called Terrigen Crystal due to an accident that occurred in the Avengers Day event. After that day, the Avengers has been denounced and was blamed for that horrible accident, and each of them went to hiding.
So the Tony Stark lives here?
Now, Kamala is trying to find a way to recruit the Avengers back in order to protect all those people who was exposed to the Terrigen Crystal, aka Inhumans.
Every part of this desert by now. It's not gonna be enough.
So, let's jump right into the list of the 10 good things and bad things that I found in Marvel's Avengers. We will start with the 5 good things. Number 1. Available characters. The game currently allows the player to play each of the next characters: Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Panther, Miss Marvel, Black Widow, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop. Each of these characters had their own unique skills and combat abilities. These characters are also very well written and have a very good design. Number 2. Level design. Each level is a relatively small map where there are a lot of resources to find and a lot of enemies to fight. Each level looks great and have much of the beauty element in it. Most levels consist of an upper level where the player starts the game and a lower level where the player is supposed to get in order to continue and finish the mission. I use the upper and lower terms based on the idea which show that the upper level is the outside and the lower level is after the player enters into the facility where the missions continue. Number 3. DLCs. The game has DLCs in form of chapters of the story. The DLCs allows new characters to integrate with the game. Those characters currently are Hawkeye, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Kate Bishop. Needless to say that each chapter added make the game longer and keep entertaining the players. Number 4. Mission levels and upgrade. Each level allows the player to find parts for the character's gear and upgrade it. It also allows players to find resources in which the player can purchase upgrades and gear parts from merchants. In addition, each mission has a minimum level to it. Upgrading the gear will increase the character's strength, which will allow the character to be strong enough for the level even when the minimum level requirement is too high. This can prevent the player from grinding if they don't want to. Number 5. Character build. Each character have a skill tree, and just like any other game, that's where the player can choose which type of attack they would like to teach the character. As long as you progress in the story or grind, you'll be able to purchase more skills. Although it's pretty obvious, I would like to point out that each skill that the player chooses can affect the gameplay, mainly the combat, dramatically different. A quick stop for a second. If you like this content, please consider to subscribe.
You've caused me enough problems, and I'm not done yet.
The 5 bad things. Number 1. Repetitive. That's actually a factor which I heard from many people. If the player wishes to achieve growth in levels and strength, the player must play missions that are outside of the main story. The problem is that those levels are pretty much the same, and there is no big difference between one and the other. Saying that, there are some exceptions here and there, of course. Number 2. Flight Control. There are a few characters that have the ability to fly, like Iron Man for example. Controlling the character while in the air have a few movement restrictions, which makes it a bit frustrating during combat. Number 3. Special Attacks. Although these skills are cool and fun to use, 2 out of 3 of them are not that much effective than a normal attack. Well, of course that using skill points on these skills will improve their effectiveness, but so is the regular combat skills. The third and the strongest special skill, however, is effective enough to change the tide of the battle. Number 4. Boss Fights. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of boss fights in the main story or the DLCs, and even most of the boss fights are pretty repetitive. There aren't many enemy characters that are bosses as well. I didn't enjoy the fact that there weren't enough bosses, because usually bosses are the most challenging and the most fun to fight. Number 5. The size of the game. There's not a lot to say about the size of the game. It is currently 155GB with the DLCs, and it's taking a lot of space. So some people can't play the game or can't play other game if this one is installed. It is pretty unpleasant to delete game just to install this one. That was the list. In conclusion, if you are a Marvel's fan, I think that you will find lots of joy in playing this game. Although the game is repetitive and very heavy on your PC or console, the feeling of playing Thor and every other character available is absolutely incredible. I would recommend this game for those who really love massive superhero games with good story. If you play this game and you really want to share your thought about it, please consider to write it in the comments. That's all for the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and please, if you want, consider to subscribe. I'll see you next time.
From now on, nothing but school. And your special field trips.